For months, the camera world has been asking one question: when is Sony actually going to release the A7S IV? Well, it looks like the answer is finally starting to take shape, but it comes with a huge catch. We have a rumored reveal timeline, but there's one critical new feature that might push this camera all the way into 2026. Think about it, the Sony A7S III came out way back in 2020. In the tech world, that's ancient history. It was, and still is, a legend for video, a low-light monster that redefined what a small mirrorless body could do. But since then, the competition has been fierce. Canon's R5C and Panasonic's S1H series have been chipping away at Sony's crown. The market is screaming for an update, and the silence from Sony has been deafening. Well, that deafening silence, it might finally be breaking. The rumor mill is buzzing, with multiple sources pointing towards the A7S IV as Sony's next big play. The timeline that keeps popping up is a release window between late 2025 and early 2026. This is the good news. This is the timeline we've all been hoping for. But it's not the whole story. The one reason for a 2026 delay. But here's where things get really interesting. There's one rumored feature so big, it could single-handedly push this camera's release into 2026. And that feature is a global shutter. If you're not familiar with the term, a global shutter is basically the holy grail for video. And like a rolling shutter, which reads the sensor line by line, a global shutter captures every single pixel at the exact same moment. In the real world, this means the complete elimination of rolling shutter artifacts. No more jello effect on fast pans. No more warped backgrounds or skewed vertical lines. It gives motion a more natural, cinematic feel that's just impossible to get otherwise. We've already seen Sony put this tech in the photocentric A9 III, and honestly, the video results were jaw-dropping, even if that wasn't its main job. Now, the rumor is that Sony wants to bring a version of this revolutionary tech to its most important video camera, the A7S IV. This would be an absolute game-changer, a feature no competitor in this class even comes close to offering. It would instantly make the A7S IV the most wanted video camera on the planet. But here's the catch: implementing new sensor tech on this scale is incredibly difficult and expensive. It's a huge engineering challenge. If Sony can't figure out how to produce these sensors efficiently and in massive quantities, the launch will slip. Sources suggest this is the critical variable. If the global shutter makes it in, a slide into early 2026 is a very real possibility. It's the ultimate gamble of launch sooner with a powerful, but more predictable, update, or wait for 2026 to drop a camera that completely rewrites the rules. And while the global shutter is the big headline, it's far from the only thing we're hearing about. What feature are you most excited about? Drop a comment below. The top rumored specs, more than just a shutter, okay? So whether it has a global shutter or not, the A7S IV is shaping up to be an absolute beast, seemingly designed to fix every little gripe we had with the A7S III. Let's run through the biggest rumored upgrades. First, the sensor and processor. The biggest buzz is around a potential new 20 to 24 megapixel stacked BSI sensor. Now, before you worry that more pixels mean worse low light, the rumor suggests a clever workaround, advanced pixel binning and a dual layer designed to maintain, or even improve, its low light chops. Some of the wilder rumors even whisper about a second native ISO of 25,600. This would give you the best of both worlds, more resolution for cropping and photos, without giving up the S for sensitivity. And the engine driving this beast. The next-gen Bion's XR processor, beefed up with a dedicated AI processing unit. We've seen this architecture in other recent Sony cameras, and it's a monster. This new chip will not only enable the crazy video specs but also power what could be the smartest autofocus system in a mirrorless camera ever. Expect AI-driven real-time tracking that's faster and smarter, with better recognition for people, animals, and vehicles. For solo creators, that's a huge deal. 6K video and a filmmaker's dream. Alright, let's get to the part you're all really here for, the video specs. The A7S III was a 4K king, but the A7S IV is aiming for a 6K crown. The headline rumor that's got everyone talking is 6K video recording, with whispers of it running at 24, 30, and even 60 frames per second. This is massive. Shooting in 6K gives you so much flexibility to crop, reframe, or create an incredibly sharp, oversampled 4K image. And for slow motion, Sony isn't messing around. The A7S IV is rumored to deliver a cleaner, more detailed 4K 120p, oversampled from that new 6K sensor. Some of the crazier whispers even suggest a mind-blowing 4K at 240 frames per second, which would be a first for this class of camera. Beyond that, we're expecting a ton of pro features. 16-bit RAW output over HDMI is likely making a return for ultimate color grading flexibility. And Sony is rumored to be tackling one of the biggest ghosts of the A7S III, overheating. A new internal cooling system is expected, allowing for much longer record times, even in those demanding 6K modes. Finally, get ready for a big upgrade in image stabilization. Leaks point to an 8-stop in-body stabilization system, major leap from the last generation. This system might even be a hybrid, blending the physical sensor shift with AI-powered digital stabilization to give you gimbal-like smoothness. For anyone shooting handheld, this feature alone might be worth the upgrade. Price, competition, and the final verdict. So, the million-dollar question, or maybe the $4,000 question, is what will this all cost? Yeah, you might want to take a seat. The A7S III launched around $3,500. With all these rumored upgrades, nearly every insider is pointing to a significant price jump. The expected price for the Sony A7S IV is projected to be between $3,999 and an eye-watering $4,500 for the body alone. This price tag puts the A7S IV at the top of the market, competing directly with the Canon R5C and the Panasonic S1H lineup. The Canon is the 8K monster in the room, though sometimes it struggles with heat and usability. The Panasonic is a reliable workhorse with beautiful colors, but its autofocus has historically been a step behind Sony's. The A7S IV seems poised to carve its own path by offering a unique package, potentially best-in-class low light, the smartest autofocus around, game-changing 6K video, and that revolutionary possibility of a global shutter. Sony isn't just trying to compete. They're trying to set a new standard. So, that's the lay of the land. The Sony A7S IV is definitely coming. All the rumors point to an announcement window between late 2025 and early 2026, and it's expected to bring a new sensor, 6K video, and a brilliant AI autofocus system. It's shaping up to be a true hybrid powerhouse. However, the shadow of a potential delay looms large, and it's all tied to that one transformative feature, the global shutter. Including it would make the A7S IV a legendary camera, but it might mean we have to wait a bit longer. The price will be steep, reflecting its top-tier status, likely landing north of $4,000. If I had to bet, I think Sony will go for the global shutter. The A7S line has always been about setting the video standard, not just meeting it. They'll likely take the extra time, perfect the tech, and launch in early 2026 with a camera that will dominate the conversation for years. The wait will be agonizing, but it will probably be worth it. But now I want to hear from you. This is the big question: should Sony delay the launch to include a game-changing feature like a global shutter, or should they release it sooner without it? Let me know what you think in the comments below.